You remember it.
You know, you're probably right. And now that I have to also remember to turn view lock off. We're live, by the way. Welcome back to the Age of Bison YouTube channel. I'm General Spades. I'm joined by Dunamai. We've got our game of the
Hello.
week. This is a game between Kindacat and DSAL. This is going to be game 3 of the series of week 2 of the Swiss bracket, uh, aka the qualifiers, one might say. Please just know that this is Inca. I have a custom flag. It's fine. And we're on Minas Gerais. Dunamai, is that how you pronounce this?
I don't know if it was Spanish, it would be Gerais, but
Gerais, yes.
I don't know if it's Portuguese or Spanish. So I don't know.
So we're just going to go with whatever I say and we're going to deal with it. Now, I've been told this is a very good game. Neither of us have watched this. We're going into it blind. It is Sweden versus Inca. Dunamai, right off the rip, who do you think has the advantage, just in terms of Civ matchups?
So we're talking about it with spades, and on this map, Sweden, there's like two different sides of Sweden mains. There are some Sweden mains who say that this is hands down the best map for Sweden because there's all the gold mines on the east and you can top everything. It life's wonderful. And other Sweden mains that say it's awful because the tops, sometimes the mines spawn too close to each other, too close to a cliff, and you cannot put all the tops. And I just feel frustrated and life is bad. So, but I'm of the opinion that it's a good Sweden map, and that I think Sweden is favored in this matchup, especially since the two TCs are very close, so we could see a Gustavian Guard rush.
And it does, I will like to point out that this particular spawn of the map looks like it's going to be good for Sweden because there are quite a few openings in all the coin mines. And on top of the 3 that you have here, this particular map spawn of the gold mines looks like it's pretty good for torping. We did take a look at Inca's deck really quick. Turtley, Arch. So probably Jungle Bowman would be my guess. Arch meaning archer. Potentially Sweden is Supremacy New with Colbertism, which is an interesting pick. And like you said, we've got Treaty of Roskilde and we've got 11 Vasa allies. So could be doing the Spado Shiki rush with the governor and the Vasa and the Gustavarian Guard. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Like you said, Dunamai, this is a very good map for it because not only is it small, but there is a ton of coin mines on the map. So just overall a good map for that strat. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to. Now he is aging up with the governor, so things are working out so far in favor of the Gustavarian Guard rush and not putting anybody over to wood in transition. Went 2 torps. And is just sticking with the food. So Dunamai, I think we might have sussed out this strat real quick, which is going to be very interesting for not seeing
Brace
this
yourself,
game
the
at
hounds are
all.
coming.
Inca going up with the chief now. You're the Inca player. Tell me what the chief does because I don't know.
I think the Chiefs gives you 2 buildings, and it was nerfed shortly after release to not include war huts, so you can do 2 economic buildings with it.
So Kancha houses potentially,
Farms,
or
even,
farms.
if you want.
Okay.
Sometimes people put a farm to get the early food upgrades, even though it's a bit greedy, to be honest. But he does have 75 coin, so it would be doable.
So let's see, we've got Machu Picchu. We also have monumental architecture and road building. Military land units move faster. Okay, interesting card. And the deck name again is Turtley Arch, so we are likely going to see him try to herd all these hunts in and play a more defensive game. So we're gonna have to definitely keep an eye on
So,
that too. It does have a shipment ready in age 2,
right off the
as does
bat,
Sweden.
I think it's weird because on this map, you would expect the players to really expand and put pressure on. So I'm really interested to see why does Kindacat think turtle is the play here?
Yeah, it's a pretty good question as we hop over to DSAL. Maybe it's a issue of him knowing. Oh, it looks like we're wrong. Outpost goes down in base. Both players actually going to be playing a little bit defensively. It would appear 3 Hussar now coming in. So maybe we got faked out. Caster's Curse. We got faked out with the Treaty vs. Guild card. No Gustavarian Guard coming in. Wiggles, I wish you would be quiet. I am trying to cast a game. We're doing it live here on the Age of Bison YouTube channel. I don't know if you heard my dog whining in the background. Wiggle.
Nope.
Okay. Well, at least I know now. Surprising lack of scouting done by the Sweden player, unfortunately. Not even getting these mines scouted, but will be going to go get some raids with these Hussar.
I think DSAL want to test the water a bit with the Hussars, and a card that we haven't seen in a long time: American allies, enabling you to ally with one Native American civilization of your choice, Southern Native American. It does not count for the purposes of native treaties that send you a selection of natives you are allied with, and that's what the nerf that put the card down into a B tier card rather than the S tier card it was before.
And also interesting to note, 2P Poison Arrow Frogs coming in now. I'm not exactly a huge native knowledgeable person, but that gives me the idea that will improve his Jungle Bowman in combat. Dunamai, is that correct?
It is 100% correct, and it was recently buffed to allow the 2P archers to deal poison damage, like the Jungle Bowman.
And then immediately afterwards, Karari coming in. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I imagine what's going to happen is Kindacat here is going to build a wall of buildings and then just sit a whole bunch of hyper buff Jungle Bowmen behind them, as I know I did see this engagement happening. And Conquistadors. Where did he get those? What?
He is allied with the Jesuits.
The Jesuits.
On the west.
On the other side. Oh, gotcha. Man, my lack of native knowledge does not make me a good caster. But you guys are entertained, are you not? So we've got Hussar and we've got Karolians. Musk coming out for the Sweden player who we haven't looked at over his deck in a while. Has Dominions. Has 8 Torps, sending Dominions quite late. So he went 3 Huss, 700 coin, and then Dominions to try and get his boom going. Not necessarily the way that I would do it, but it is certainly not I mean, maybe it is suboptimal, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, that's 2 eco shipments and the Hussar shipment, which unfortunately has done nothing. And yes, here we go. Look, the wall's coming in.
So one thing that's interesting is that DSAL is not sending the Torp wagons in the east. So
he is now, yeah.
He is now. All right. I thought he was about to do it. But never mind. We have a fight here with Karolians charging in.
We do now.
And snaring the Conquistador.
The Karolians don't have multipliers against light cav, which I believe these light
it's
range
heavy cav for Karolians.
Yes, but the Conquistadors don't have that tag, so you really do have to get the Karolians in melee, which the charge was for, but unfortunately the Conquistadors for him are able to kind of kite away and not really get a whole bunch of snare going on. Wow, that Torp just barely made it up. Thank God that was a Dominions Torp for Mr. DSAL, who is going to be facing quite a lot of pressure. Now we've got these 2B Blackwood Archers as well as Jungle Bowmen with it. This is I gotta say, this is a really well thought out strategy for Kindacat, who's gone age 2, gone with the Jesuits, and upgraded his Jungle Bowman. So he's kind of going like Skirm Goon age 2, which is the exact proper thing you need to do against a Sweden civilization considered right now, I think, one of the top civilizations in the game currently.
That is true, according to the new statistics we have on Sweden. It's one of the top performers at the moment.
I believe across all, you may have to fact check me on this, Dunamai, but I believe across all ELO levels, Sweden has near a 60% win rate, which is one of the top, if not the top, of all, across all civilizations in the game right now. And Inca, I think, is somewhere on the opposite end of the spectrum. We do have...
That is true. I think it's 55, but it's still a lot.
Seeing as the devs, I would want all civs to be around 50. Even that 5% across all ELO levels is relatively huge. Yeah. Now, we do see some Royal Arquebusers, so the Vasa... Oh, wrong deck. DSAL end up sending the Vasa allies to try and deal with the Conquistadors here, but the Conquistadors, unfortunately for him, are out sieging, so you're going to have to deal with these Jungle Bowmen and Blackwood Archers differently, and it's just not working.
I'm very surprised that DSAL did not charge in. Like, this was a prime moment to charge in the Carolians.
You're absolutely right. Perhaps he's waiting for these Hussar from the bottom rope to come in to try and clean these up. But remember, these are double carded or single carded and teched. Oh, there's a Carolian charge. I heard them yell. Maybe not. No, doesn't look like they're charging. So this is actually a pretty big engagement for both of these players. I think the person that comes on top of this is going to end up winning the game, and unfortunately, these Carolians are completely surrounded. You can hear my Sweden bias coming through. Everything's just getting wiped by the Conquistadors and these Bowman units that are, at this point, incredibly powerful. Chincha Brewing now coming in. The Inca boom is taking off, and right now I don't think there's anything Sweden can do about it. He's locked out from the rest of these coin mines. He is only on 12 torps right now, which actually isn't too bad. Maybe only 1 or 2 of these have died. Looks like 1 has gone down, but right now Sweden has no answer to this. I think if he wants in this game, he's going to have to maybe go age 3, get some Falcons or some leather cannons if he's going to stay in age 2, as another torp goes down. And I say that, and certainly leather cannons are being shipped. So he's got the right idea against this mass infantry. This infantry mass, I should say. So we'll see exactly what happens moving forward. Conquistador is going to come in and not
maybe a catch.
Seen. Nope. Going a long way.
Oh, but there's a hole in the wall.
Oh, no.
DSAL's coming in.
Oh, no. Kindacat does see this. Not going to lose any villagers. No, not going to lose any villagers. And that hole in the wall, I'm sure, is going to get repaired very quickly. We're going to hop over to him. He's got another shipment. Carib Carisi beer coming in. So he allied with the Carib. Dunamai, do you know what that card does, or that tech does?
If I remember correctly, it gives you 10% on your archers and melee units. It's essentially infantry breastplate again.
Oh my goodness. These archers are just going to be tanky boys, as well as Sapa Inca coming in, increasing the leadership aura of the war chief and increases his combat ability, looks like. So overall,
and also his speed allowing him to snare unit better.
Overall, a very solid build coming out from Inca with the Conquistadors. I guess they're taking the long way because they spawn from over here, so that makes sense. And is now going to push in after cleaning up almost all... Maybe not. Okay, he's going to see these torps potentially and go further, lock down the Inca position, or the Sweden position. Inca on 31 vills right now to Sweden's 38, so Sweden does have an economic lead and a score lead by about 2k. How much of that is military? We will find out after this engagement that is sure to come soon. I'm going to hop over to Kindacat, who does
Good
now
micro from
see...
DSAL, putting the cannons back. And these guys are archers, so their attack animation does not allow them to kite.
Yeah, they do have
So
a long
when you
wind-up
have
animation.
leather
so...
cannon, it's really good for you.
And the leather cannons...
But you need to put pressure to force them to kite, else it's just gonna be bad.
Maybe you need to get... So what I'm hearing, Dunamai, is these Hussars are going to want to come in from the north side. Leather cannons and Carolean, protected by the Carolean mask, come in from the backside to force Kindacat off of these torps and force him back onto his side of the field.
So yeah, two things about it. These guys, first of all, 2P for no reason have a gigantic amount of melee damage. Like, they will beat Caroleans in terms of DPS in melee.
They have 23 hand attack.
And second of all, when he was sieging, Sweden had an opportunity to come and block the exit and make sure the leather cannon would get full value. But unfortunately, it's now a bit too late, and he might have to just engage on a more unfavorable situation where the Skirm Goon count outmaneuver him.
We say that now, and the Hussar have found their way on top of the Blackwood Archers, and the Caroleans are here fighting the Conquistadors. The Blackwood Archers unable to, so far, get onto the Caroleans until the Conquistadors, of course, end up wiping the Hussar out. Good micro from DSAL here to keep his leather cannons away from the Conquistadors, and this is a pretty big battle here. The Chimu runners now hopping on top of the Caroleans. Conquistadors in the back. Do we have leather cannons still out on the field? We do not have leather cannons, so they have gone down. This is a Carolean-only mass. I think I got to give the favor to Kindacat here. Caroleans should... at this point, the Caroleans need to charge. Caroleans charge, get on top of the archers, and you are in a pretty good shape here, but unfortunately does not see that. Very good walling, I should say, from Sweden to lock the Blackwood Archers, lock Kindacat in. He could go
and this
a
is the
long way
moment he
for
needs to
sure,
go in.
but
yeah, he needs to go in because the wall is really hampering its mobility.
These guys don't have the greatest of siege, so they're going to have to, yeah. Looks like the Caroleans have trapped. Oh, this wall has 234 health. Caroleans have trapped the units in, and this wall is finally going to go down. Too little too late as the entire mass, yes, DSAL completely wins this engagement. There are reinforcements here in the back. We'll see exactly what DSAL... He did just get another shipment in. Everybody's age 2 still,
He sent the church card.
Did he send the church card? Or did he send 600?
And he has 1k6 food. We could see late Gustavian Guard push.
I'm not sure that's a good thing, Dunamai. Talk to me, Goose. Seed drill, so he's on mills already. I have no
idea.
Interesting decision to go on mills. I think you're probably a little bit too early to go on mills. You do have these hunts here. You've got this one all the way back here, but in the name of villager safety, I don't hate it. He's on 42 compared to Kindacat's 37. I'd imagine at this point... nope, that's a war hut. He's on 12 Kancha houses, so he is fully Kancha house boomed compared to DSAL, who is having to put his torps on trees.
Which is not terrible, but when you have sent... can you check the torp on the mine? How fast does it gather?
It is currently gathering at 0.27 coin per second. He has not yet sent ironworks.
If you have not sent ironworks, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, if you can gather up to 5 trees per torp, and this is equivalent to half a villager on wood. So not a bad thing, all things considered.
You
It's
do have to, yeah, it looks like we're good here. You do have to find the right copse of trees in order to get full value, but it looks like he's been able to do that on at least a couple of
but boy,
torps.
is he floating some food.
Yeah, he's got only one person on coin right now, which is interesting, especially given that he hasn't sent Ironworks and doesn't even have blueberries in the deck, which I find even more odd. So, you know, that's one of those cards that I feel like, anyways, is a must send for Sweden, just to make sure your eco is completely rolling. He's trying to expand his base a little bit. I believe he's on 17 torps right now, so getting back in it. And honestly, I think you need to transition more of or do some market selling or something, because having 3k food stacked is not great.
He has sent the church card. He has 3k food. This is go time. We need to see these halberdiers.
Kindacat now up to age 3, so these halberdiers are... He doesn't even have a church, Junimai. He's got the church card, but no church. That is most unfortunate, especially knowing that that could have been... I'm not looking at the right deck, but knowing that that could have been Inselberg Ironworks. If you're going to send the church card and not build the church, it's just a wasted card. It's wasted experience. Kindacat doing a good job of massing army. Does now have an age advantage and a score advantage, keeping DSAL pinned back in his own base, not able to build his torps the way he wants to, picking off a few villagers here and there, and these guys are going to have to be careful. He doesn't see him yet, but as soon as these torps go down, those villagers are in danger. And there's quite a lot over here, actually. You've got these guys gathering food. You've got these guys gathering coin. Kindacat literally like one movement away from seeing all those villagers. DSAL behind this has finally hit age 3.
No way.
No.
No way.
No. Oh my goodness, DSAL, you lucky dog. Is going to get this villager instead of all of those villagers down there. Oh, he did end up moving them. Okay. Carolian Mass finally building an artillery foundry, which you should have done age 2, if I'm being honest.
And DSAL is now age 3, so I guess he sold some food to get up.
Yeah, he must have. Because he's looking a lot better. Still, nobody gathering coin right now. You've got 800 on that coin mine there. You still have 4,000 on this gold mine. And this is how you, I mean, on any map, this is how you want to deal with Sweden. Because you're suffocating them off of their coin mines. You're not letting them gather. And overall, this is excellently done by Kindacat. On this map, which is a Sweden-favored map, if you ask me. The caveat, of course, being that it's only a Sweden-favored map if you're able to take map control. So Kindacat taking Sweden completely out of this game, and I think at this point, it's going to be hard for Sweden to get back into it, knowing that he's got no coin generation. You're going to have to go on estates here soon if you can't. I mean, I guess he's got these guys in here, so he's got that at least. But no ironworks. Oh, he has finally sent in ironworks. Still no church.
And a very strange choice
not
to change the send church.
And at this point, it's too late because you're already age 3. So there's no point in sending the card unless you're going to send the Salvolix Jaegers, which gives your Jaegers stealth ability. And I just think that's...
I mean, Salvolix Jaeger would be amazing here, to be honest. He's out of coin, kind of out of coin. He has a lot of wood. This could be a decent way to give him access to an anti conquistador unit.
So he's got an artillery foundry. He did build that artillery foundry as soon as he hit age 3 and has not made any artillery with it. Finally shipping in 2 falconets. He's got a decent mass. Got some hacker pellets, which are a stopgap, I suppose, for Sweden in terms of anti-goon abilities.
Yeah,
but
I think it's fair.
He's got Jaeger. Yeah, so you're probably going to want to send Jaegers, send the Salvolex Jaegers tech, and then push in from here. Just trying to seize a little bit more map control back. He still has these walls. Can finish building them. Sweden is by no means out of this, but Kindacat needs to seal the deal before Sweden gets back into it, deletes some of these torps that are not doing anything, and builds them back up over here. We do see some Harakas in the mix now, so these walls are not long for this world. And we're going to see a little bit of a push. Maybe a little base trade going on here, Dunamai. How does that sound to you?
That sounds amazing for Sweden. Kindacat has been turtling the whole game. He has not heard his hands. He's just, he's sure that the map is his, and now he's getting punished for it. It's an excellent move for DSAL. And obviously, it's a bit worse for Kindacat.
So Kindacat taking the majority of his army and bringing it back. I don't think this is a good engagement for DSAL to be taking right now. He's he's completely trapped in the back of Kinda's base. All that he kind of needs to do is pin these Carolians in the back, and that's not good. But unfortunately for Kinda, giving his teammate or his opponent a little bit of an escape here. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, apparently a falconet went down to the Harakas. Those got spotted out of nowhere, and this might be the deciding engagement right here. Hussar, hack capellet, trying to jump in on the Harakas. Veteran conquistadors in the back. Carolians out here. This has got to be the game. Whoever wins this engagement, oh my god, all the Hussar are dead. All the Sweden cav are dead. The Carolians are going to have to run away. Oh no. That is not good.
I would be very surprised if Kindacat lost this.
He
loses this.
I'm just going to let it play out. This has got to be it. Just the upgrades to all the units. He's on the war dance now. Damaged by 18% on top of like 3 or 4 different techs. The Carolian mass.
Jesus. 32 attack. 1.5 rate of fire.
Yeah, so that's more like that's 64 per 3 seconds. That is absolutely insane. And DSAL doesn't have a response to this. He's stuck. Doesn't have the gather rate to remass. And he doesn't have, I mean, if you're going to do anything, you need artillery, and you're going to need more than 1 falconet to do it. So
Kindacat doing the smart move and going for the counter offensive right away.
You know that your opponent just spent everything on that. You've seen this. Wow, I just looked at the scores for the first time. Kinda's now age 4. He has elite Blackwood. They're now up to 78 damage per 3 seconds. Dunamai, what the fuck is this unit? This is just brutal.
A very underrated unit, but a unit that has a very low amount of HP. And that is why, if there's one thing I wanted to see from DSAL this game, it was a Carolian charge. Because these guys really, really hate gating rapier to the face.
They have range resist too, so you're doing full damage. to them once you get them snared. Very well played, suffocating gameplay by Inca to take the one of the best civs in the game and really just show it that it's not that good. If you don't get your coin mines, if you don't get your torps up on coin mines, you're going to have some problems. We'll take a look at resources. Interestingly, this is kind of surprising. DSAL outgathered Inca by a considerable margin there. But again, it's not going to matter when you lose, when you have a point less than a 0.5 KD or just about a 0.5 KD. That's probably 0.6 to 2.0 KD. Plus it was a very well executed plan from the start by Kindacat, I think, to get all the upgrades for all the bowmen and then stick to the bowmen, go skirm goon, and just completely, I have no other words than suffocate the Sweden player out of the map.
That is a good way of saying it, to be honest. Interesting match. I think DSAL could have taken more risk. I'm thinking about the early mills. You could have taken more risk, went on the hunt a bit more, try early leather cannons. But this game is just Kindacat showcasing why you just learn your natives when you play against Kindacat.
Natives, yeah, they played a huge part in Kindacat's overall strategy for this game, and just the native techs, just getting the native techs by itself really gave a significant edge to Kindacat in every single battle. If we look at military unit population again, military unit count is what we're going to want because natives are a thing. Relatively fair trade here. This trade went in Kindacat's favor. Again, due to the unit counter plus the upgrade, relatively even trade here, and then just getting your Carolians trapped, and then the entire wipe of all of your cavalry by the conquistadors, who I'm sure were teched and carded to the moon as well.
And the last thing that I find a bit sad is that I think DSAL forgot that he shipped the church card, but 16 halberdiers, even at 15 minutes, could have made a difference. Like just rush them in.
You could sneak in the back here,
back.
siege down this cancha.
Yeah.
While you're over here trying to win back your coin mines, you had the res to ship the halberdiers, sneak them in on the backside, and siege all this down and really force a response from Kindacat. So unfortunate.
And you would have put Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's just an unfortunate. I know I'm guilty of either forgetting I have a shipment or sending a shipment then forgetting. Like it's definitely not. What am I trying to say? We've all been there.
Specific.
We've all been there. So
we've all been there.
It's unfortunate. Would it have changed the outcome of the game? Maybe, maybe not. And yeah, do you have any other closing comments?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a whole bunch more tournament casts moving forward, as well as regularly scheduled content. Game of the Week goes live every Wednesday for the duration of the tournament. We hope you have a good one, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.